How about you? A lot of cinder blocks. The guy loaded it with a telehandler, and there's 75 blocks on the ones with the most blocks have 75 on it. And some of the other ones are not as much. But I got to thinking, what's 75 blocks weigh? If it's 80 blocks at 40 pounds a piece, that's 3,200 pounds, right? 4 and 8 is 32. So what is 75 times 40? Hold on, let me get my calculator and I'll get right back to you. Let's see, 1, 2, Earnhardt, 4, 5. Yeah, 3,000 pounds. The lifting capacity on that 574 is a little over 20, maybe 2,700 pounds, something like that. So I'm wondering, will it lift 3,000 pounds? I don't think it will, but we're going to try it. All right. So let's get the ones off we can. And if it doesn't lift it, if that 574 doesn't take these off, we'll come back and we'll get the 754, and the 754 should be able to handle these pallets of cinder blocks. Again, there's 75 blocks on a pallet. And so you're thinking right at 3,000 pounds. Let's try it. Why not, huh? We sold our greenhouse, for those of you that's followed us for a while. And they've been using our safety cage to take the greenhouse apart with. So we'll set the cage off, get the forks, go get that taken care of, and shoot. What you talking about, driver? I do have the heavy tiller on the back for ballast. Tires are loaded. But again, the lift capacity is not 3,000 pounds. We're going to see if it can do it. Get the middle stack taken off. I'm actually taking these over to my neighbor's house, Calvin, and he's using them for a project he's got going on. So we'll take this section off here in the middle, and we'll see if it will at least lift it up. And if not, if it doesn't lift it up, then I won't take my tractor all the way to Calvin's house. I'll go ahead and get the 754. So that'll save some wear and tear on the road drive on my tractor. Well, we knew, right? That's a lot of daggone weight. So let's go get the 754 loader put on, and I think the 754 should be able to take those off. The only thing about this is I don't really have anything for ballast. So, I mean, all I got's a box blade and a landscape rake over there, or box blade, landscape rake, and a land plane. And those are only like, you know, a few. The landscape rake is not heavy at all, but the box blade and the land plane are only a couple 100 pounds a piece. So I mean, my tires are loaded. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. So we'll see. But we'll get the loader put back on and go from there. Got all my hot lines hooked up. Sometimes when your loader control isn't working, look to make sure that these are all connected, because they'll look connected and not be. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. All right, let's fire the Sam and knock her up. And I got it in low 1. I think that'd do it. Let me see if I can take the leg. Let's see the legs are up. All right, got that side over there done. So not horrible. We just had, this is my first time doing it since I've taken it off. You just got to go slow, take your time, and it'll pop back. It's actually fairly easy, and I'm on a paved, level pavement surface, so it was actually quite easy. Filming, getting it right, 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. All right, let's see if we can do this. I don't really have a good place to set you guys. These little jump starter packs have been so convenient over the last couple of years. They're real compact and they do a big job. This one is 12 or 24 volts. It automatically senses if it's going to be 12 or 24 volts. It has an override system on it, so if you've got a battery that is extremely dead, and this will actually determine that the battery is no kidding dead and still jump it off at 12 or 24 volts. It can be charged with an AC plug, or you can charge it with a USB-C cable. It also has some charging ports for your phones, electronics, things like that. One cool thing about this YESPER Monster Start is that you can charge it up to 100%, set it in your toolbox, get it out of your truck, whatever, and 2 or 3 years down the road, it's still going to have 100% battery charge in the product itself. So look at YESPER Monster Start Jump Starter Systems, and I'll tell you, you won't be disappointed. And I'll leave the link and the discount code where you can get yours in the description below. Thanks for sponsoring today's video. Oh yeah, that's going to lift it, no problem. Whew, look at that front tires. And the back tire's coming off. So what we'll do is probably have one guy, I'll probably have him in the truck and then pull, I lift it to that height. He pulls the truck out, I set it down and just keep doing it that way. Because I won't be able to maneuver very well like that. But we'll make it that, no ballast. No, I've got rear tires filled. So that's what, 3,000 pounds we said? So it'll lift 3,000 pounds, no problem. Okay, so I just called Calvin. He's coming to pick up, he's gonna drive the truck and I'll drive the tractor. But I did want to say, this has the self-leveling loader as well. So that's gonna be very handy to take these bricks off without, letting them go wibbly wobbly, as they say. But yeah, look at that front tire now, easy. But you could feel it, but all I've got is liquid ballast. So that's probably 1,600 pounds worth of ballast, maybe somewhere around there, probably 800 pounds per tire. And it lifted 3,000 pounds. You could feel it, but I was on low idle. It could probably lift. It's probably got another 500 pounds in it, I would say. T754 TYM. It's probably, I don't know. Hold on. I want to put you guys on hold. Let me Google what the lift capacity is on this thing, and then we'll get to it from there. Lift capacity is 3223 or 3278, depending on what website you want to believe. So we still got a couple hundred pounds worth of excess weight that we can mess around with. So 3,200 pounds. And these four in the middle are these are the most heavy ones. The other ones have some missing, so it'll be 2,800 pounds or whatever. But that's pretty impressive. 3,000 pounds with no ballast. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty impressive. Now, if I added ballast, it would take a lot of the weight off the front axle there, the front tires. But I'm not gonna be driving all around with it. So we're gonna park where we want to set them, and we're gonna go from there. Hey. Calvary showed up. Look at him. Calvin the Calvary. Hey, what's up? Hey,
back again.
Yeah, back again. So he's going to jump in the truck. I'm going to jump in the tractor. We're going to go to his place, drop these off, and get to it.
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Open up this gate a little bit for Calvin. He's a little wider than I am. This tractor will actually do, I think, 21. Yeah, this tractor will do 21 miles an hour on the road. .4 on the clock for those of you keeping score at home. This is the scariest part right here because over here with the other stacks.
I'm saying, what, right behind here, or are we going to be like this? What do you think? I don't care, whatever. I just don't want to try to turn my axis too much. Right. Because back right up and go right there. Right behind. What? No.
What y'all don't see is this. So I had to throw my differential lock on to get some traction. Again, no ballasts. This is the light one here. This is where a self-leveling loader comes in handy. Alright, what y'all can't see is my back end is already super high. So I don't know how this is going to work, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to back up. We're going to try it. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the back ones first. Woo! Woo! Dog! Yeah. Y'all see that? Let me set this down. We got a little squirrely.
Tell you what.
Yeah, my back end is going up that little hill.
Right.
Not helping me.
But I tell you what, I'm glad we're taking this field right here.
Oh, and the soft dirt.
From the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, we busted one. So, yeah. All right. Well, that was a fun ride. We busted one block. Yeah, I'm on an incline here. It's not much, but it's enough to get the weight off the rear. And I thought that might happen, but it's okay. it, bro.
I would say we did good.
Yeah.
We traveled far.
Yeah. Got the bucket put back on. Let's get the loader taken back off. And I like riding. I do 99% of my work with that bat wing there. And I like doing that without the loader on it. So let's take the loader back off and let's time it. $252 to $255, so 3 minutes of babying this thing off here. And all I got left to do is the hoses. And this is going to be the hardest part. They give you just enough to do that. So 3 minutes for me to take that off on a flat, even, level surface. And pretty easy. I backed up just a smidgen out of there. So you've got to you know, get it out of the saddle here. I was in low 1. So 3 minutes to disconnect it. Now let me disconnect the hoses. When I get these off here, I always push my thumb on them to kind of relieve the pressure in the hoses. I did relieve the pressure on the joystick, so we're doing that too. But there you go. All 4 disconnected. Put my pins back in. Y'all can't see that over there? How come you're not helping me? I got to put these covers back on or they'll get dirt in the hydraulic system. And there you go. Put this pin back in. Hey, we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers in 2025. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please think about it. Help us get our goal. I can't do it without you, so I would appreciate any help. So if you like these tractor videos, hit that subscribe button. God bless you guys.